Hello everybody, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to discuss about very important concept that are experienced in our daily life, that is force and laws of motion. In the previous chapter, we described the motion of an object along a straight line in terms of its position, velocity and acceleration. We saw that such a motion can be uniform or non-uniform. We have not yet discovered what causes the motion. Why does the speed of an object change with the time? Do all motions require a cause? If so, what is the nature of this cause? In this chapter, we shall make an attempt to quench all such curiosities. For many centuries, the problem of motion and its causes had puzzled scientists and philosophers. A ball on the ground, when given a small hit, does not move forever. Such observations suggest that rest is the natural state of an object. In our daily life, we observe some effort is required to put a stationary object into motion or to stop a moving object. We ordinarily experience this as a muscular effort and say that we must push or hit or pull on an object to change its state of motion. The concept of force is based on this push, hit or pull. Let us now ponder about force. What is it? In fact, no one has seen, tested or felt a force. However, we always see or feel the effect of a force. It can only be explained by describing what happens when a force is applied to an object. Pushing, hitting and pulling of objects are all ways of bringing object in motion. They move because we make a force act on them. Here are some examples. A man uses a force to move a stationary object. And in the second one, the cyclist uses bigger force to pedal his bicycle and increase its speed. A footballer uses a force to change the direction of a motion of a ball. A baker uses a force on his dough to shape it into a curry puff. So what is a force? Whenever we push or pull an object, a force acts upon them and makes them move from one place to another. Hence here, force can initiate motion in a motionless object. Here, the motionless object is nothing but the object is there on the stationary position. So when we are applying the force on the stationary object, what will happen after some times? It will move from one place to another place. And the second one, force can change the velocity of the moving object. Suppose if the object is there in the movement with some velocity, when we are applying some external force on it, after applying the force, the object velocity will be increased or decreased, depends upon the force what we are giving. And the third one, the force can alter the direction of a moving object. So the direction also can be changed. Even very easiest example is when we are playing in the ground, if the football is coming towards you, when you hit or kick the ball, what will happen? The direction will be changed. So in such cases, you are applying some force on the ball. And the fourth one, change the shape and size of an object. Very easiest example is we are making the chapati. When you are making the chapati, we are giving some force on the floor. So in such cases, the shape and size will be changed according to our force. Balanced forces. When equal amount of forces are applied on an object from different directions such that they cancel out each other. They do not change the state of rest or motion of an object. They may change the shape and size of an object. Here is an example of balanced forces. Here the arrow mark shows equal amount of force acting on the particular cup, and it is there on the opposite direction, so it will be cancelled out, so the object cannot be moved. It is there on the particular place on the table. Unbalanced forces. When forces applied to an object are of different magnitude, they can alter state of rest or motion of an object. They can cause acceleration in an object. They can change the shape and size of an object. Here is an example of unbalanced force. See, there are two objects are there. One is a baby and one more is an apple. So they are there on the opposite side. So the baby is giving more force. So what is happening? The girl is coming down, and the apple is giving very less force on the top. Next topic is, what is the force of friction? It is a force extended when two surfaces are in contact with each other. It always acts in a direction opposite to the direction of motion of the object. This diagram shows the force of friction. So the motion is there along the direction of giving the external force, and the friction is there in the opposite direction. Friction is an opposing force of an object. If the friction is more, we have to apply more external force. If the friction is very less, the object can move easily. So the friction is very important. So suppose if you are riding a bicycle, the friction should be there between the tire and the road. Because of the friction between our foot and the floor, that is what we are able to walk.